Okay, so I went ahead and transferred that over to a smaller pot. I'm going to go ahead and cook this down a little bit more, try to get some more of the liquid out, and then before I finish it up, I'm going to add it to the jars of concentrate that I have in the fridge, and then we'll do the final cook down all together. Got a nice dark amber color. We tried to cook it down as slow as possible, evaporate the water out without heating it up too much. Okay, I got some new fresh sap added to this other pan after washing it out. I'm gonna start heating that up and go collect more sap, fill it up the rest of the way, and continue the process. So I just got done transferring what had condensed down from about 12 to 15 gallons through the large pot. That's what I got left so far. Transferred it into a smaller pot. I'm going to turn the burner back there even lower than this front one was, and continue to evaporate as much of the water as I can without caramelizing it or burning it. And I'm going to go check the buckets on the trees again and get this larger pot filled back up with fresh sap and continue on. So it's been about 10 days since we tapped the trees. Been coming out twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening, checking them. Both of these total have been averaging about 2.5 to 3 gallons a day, which is pretty nice. We've been just slowly simmering it down each day on the stove. Should be interesting to see what the gas bill turns out to be. But yeah, as you can see as well, the snow is melting quite nicely. We got raspberry bushes all coming out now. There's hardly any snow left on them. And the strawberries down below them on the hill. Everything's definitely melting away. Melting fast. A couple days ago we did double tap this tree. We are planning on removing it so we can extend the barn roof on this side to match the other side. But since we're going to be cutting this tree down anyways, we figured we'd go ahead and get as much sap off of it as we could. What a difference 10 days makes. Well, that has reduced down quite nicely. Still got a little bit in there, but it's getting a lot closer. came down to Homer Spit. We're out on the beach doing some beach combing, looking for shells and seaweed for the garden. Lincoln had to come down and do his SATs down here at the high school here in Homer this morning. So we took the whole family with us and just kind of hanging out in town until he's done. It's bad it's not sunny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
We have 2 buckets. A bigger one for seaweed and a smaller one for shells. Shell. This is our seaweed bucket and our shell bucket. There's quite a few of them.
Salt on it, but
bucket of kelp and seaweed.
I found a little baby clam sitting under a rock. It was dead when I found it, but I still found it.
Silly. And a nice bucket of broken shells.
like shells.
Itty bitty little shell. It's full of water. It's pretty cool. Nice. Almost a full bucket. Not bad. A little over half a bucket. Still pretty decent.
He wants to go grab more.
That's probably good, buddy. Come on. Good job. See the water coming in? Look at these little ripples right here. Every time a tide comes, it comes further and further.
So it's been about 2.5, 3 weeks since we tapped the trees. Starting to get a little bit warmer out. I mean, except last night. Last night was still a little chilly. Still had frost on the windows this morning, but that was the first time in a few days. But we're going to go ahead and pull the taps out of the trees. Some of them are starting to get buds on them. And clean everything up for the year. Cook down quite a bit. As you can see, the snow has melted off quite nicely. Hopefully it heals up nicely. That's the part that I was kind of worried about before. I haven't really seen any footage of what they look like the year after, so we'll revisit this again next year and see what the hole looks like. Okay, now for the numbers. Well, we gathered syrup for about 20 days. Over that course of that 20 days, we brought in roughly 70 gallons of birch sap. Of the 70 gallons, we drank about 10 of that. So we cooked down 60 into syrup. This is what we ended up with. The 2 jars on the right have a similar consistency to what I've seen from birch syrup in the past. The jar on the left, however, I cooked down a little bit longer than probably necessary, and it ended up with the consistency and flavor more similar to molasses. But that's alright. So yeah, that's what we ended up with. A total of 6.5 cups of syrup from roughly 60 gallons of sap. You just turned it on. It's not going.
It's barely dribbling.
Giant hair in there. Just watch out for the cracks on the windshield.
Yeah, well, there's no avoiding that.
Makes it tricky. No, it's not working.
Oops.
Hold the filter, please. I spilled all over the counter too. Dang it.